YouTube, they say demons manifest at 3 o'clock. So we assuming from 3 to 5, right? 1:45-ish to 3 o'clock, maybe 3:30 to 5, or 4:40. That people are asleep on the East Coast where it's dark out and the sun is about to rise. Well, not really at 3 o'clock, it's still dead night. So this is the statement from the rapper's mistress that was just murdered in ATL. So I'm not gonna read the whole statement. I'm gonna bring you to the Bible, right? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, all right? Deuteronomy, Josh, Judges, Ruth, 1st, 2nd Samuels, 1st, 2nd Kings, 1st, 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Prophets, Ecclesiastes, Songs of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah. The list goes on. But I specifically said Numbers. Now, I've had a Muslim degree, an Islamic degree, before I could talk and walk, right? And what this is called the Shahada. The definition of Shahada, the translation of Shahada, is the word degree. So whether it's weather, or it's an angle, warm-blooded, cold-blooded often goes with degree because you're warm-hearted or cold-hearted. Terrain. But notice in degree, the word degree, their numbers are attached, right? So once you have this blessing with religion, whatever religion it is that you're in, you have to understand that it's more of a brainwashing thing. That's why people consider religion slavish. So regardless of what religion, when people are talking to you and they're praying over you and praying of you, praying for you, the difference between praying for somebody, you could want the best, but if you're praying of the situation, you make it known to the most exalted, to the most high, the most merciful, that you really don't have that person's best interest at hand and in your heart. So that's the difference between praying for somebody and praying of them. If I sit here and I was just a victim of Deshae Frost and his friends lying on me saying I cut them, I would pray of them, and I would just hope Allah strikes them very, very gruesomely and be wicked in his judgment. Praying for them is helping them for mental health, a better mental health. The key aspect is what people don't understand is numbers. Numbers is operated on the left side of your brain, right? So some people's eye, their left eye, it opens up wider if they're left-handed and they're doing predominantly left hand and left brain activities. When you're getting preyed on, not necessarily to be murdered, but I'm talking about something in religion, you become consciously brainwashed into the religion. So you have to mean it from your heart. So the people that are praying for you, they're basically talking to your heart so you can mean your deeds, you can mean your will for the religion that you're in. Whether they dump you in water, whether they just keep praying from left to right, right to left, or even in Judaism where, they do something sexual to the baby and consider it time travel. Judaism is also known as vampirism. You can ask DDG. Maybe he knows something about his little nephew that we don't had knowledge. You get it? Judaism, Jewish, no pun intended to me, Even though my name is Julian, all these dudes is attracted to me. But besides that, numbers. So we see 1134, right? We know we see 1134 is hell upside down on the calculator, but right here we see 1143. But 18 seconds. But if you look at 143, 143 means I love you. You get it? I-1 L-O-V-E. It's 4 letters. 3 letters of you, Y-O-U. So you can say I love you. I ate. All right? You see that? I ate. You see it? You see how 666 means WWW in a different language? Right? You see how at 314, I love you is still there. That he broke into the complex at his house and he proceeded to assault his girlfriend and kill the rapper because his heart was broken and he was jealous. So everybody's coming down on the murderer. Like, homie, if you can't tame your shrew, then you need to move on. Right? Never ever is the woman wrong for moving on. I guess because they weren't married. They weren't each other's property by law. So this is what strategically happens when you're messing with a woman. Because back in the day, it was illegal to have a relationship without being married. It was illegal to have sex without being married. Not just a sanction against God, but it was illegal against the law. It was indecent. They used to penalize you for that. But then they realized that when people were obeying the law, there weren't no babies being produced because everybody was scared. So how is society going to function? So they loosened up on the rules. Just like before the internet came, everything was racist. That's when I was alive, when I was a little kid. Everything was racist, strict, harsh, and wicked. And then everybody became lenient when the internet came out. So now what we see is these numbers being played. June 6. We already know this 6 is the devil's numbers. 2 times 2, or 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6. You see it. So they say that this dude backdoored King Von, who happens to be my little cousin. L.A. Cabone was my little cousin too. They both was murdered the same way. They was gunned down from the back. Very, 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 very cowardly of the killers. Now, if you look at Von's situation, he was from the O, and Little Tim killed my little cousin about 2 years ago, and he's still out on bail. If you look at his picture as his mugshot was shown, you can tell the police officers said something to him to structure him to have a strong defense, because that's what they do. For instance, alright, Timothy, whatever his last name is, you're being arrested for murder of notorious famous rapper King Von, who was highly feared and respected, gang affiliated because Von was born into a gang, and a known killer because he said it out his own mouth. That's the type of game police play, especially Von being from the O and him being in Atlanta. So now the natives of Atlanta can have their way regardless. But it's numbers, people. Look at the numbers. It's disgusting. It's sad. The woman was just let off super easy. These women do not get penalized at all. They don't get penalized at all. Had these women throughout the years, because I had friends that died this way, people I knew got killed this way. If women were getting cracked down on and being an accomplice to this situation, it wouldn't happen no more. She knew exactly what she was doing. You just got your, if you read this statement, you just got your ass whipped by your boyfriend. That y'all stay in the same residence. Regardless if you're married or not. You brought this man to your house. Because you knew by law you can get him arrested. This is the white man's perfect plan on black destruction. These bitches always get away with that shit. Always. If they start getting hemmed up and going to jail for just as long as the killer, it would stop. So she figures, by law, if her boyfriend comes back to his residence, which he went half and half with the rent on, and he does anything to her, she can have him arrested. That's the only thing these bitches think about. That's the only thing. Is that the white man with blue eyes is gonna come for your ass. Sacrificing the rapper Trouble, who came out of pocket for her, who can have her rent paid for the next 10 years. It's a win-win situation. Only if she stays alive and he doesn't kill her. So you was with this man prior to him killing Trouble for how long? You said it in a statement that y'all had a fight. He punched you in your nose in the car because you were complaining about him not having a job and paying the fucking bills. So you go get a celebrity that's making money to replace him because when he punched you in the nose, you called the cops and there was probably a battery warrant out for him. So you're comfortable enough to have somebody else's child. Trouble, yeah. He's somebody's child. You're comfortable enough to get assaulted, not know for a fact that your boyfriend was fucking arrested, and then have somebody else's child come in the house knowing that that nigga that you just called the cops on is going to be tight. He's going to be pissed off. Oh, by the way, Trouble had a white girlfriend. His white girlfriend was the same lawyer for Little Durk. The same white bitch that was at the airport in Atlanta watching my little cousin. Watching King Von. It's on footage. That's where this backdoor aspect came from. So you know that his side piece or his main bitch is a white woman, a lawyer, who supposedly got my little cousin murdered for Little Durk because Little Durk was scared of my little cousin. Because my little cousin had supposedly murdered 7 or 8 people. So he wanted his distance from my little cousin because he just met a beautiful young lady named India, and he also started getting a whole bunch of money. And Vaughn was new on the scene and he didn't change at all. So you now have a woman on the outside looking in and involve herself in all these famous people. And now you have a regular schmegular Joe, a regular person that you've been dating, that you've been fucking for how long? He has no standards compared to a famous celebrity, which is Trouble. Whether he has a local buzz, a worldwide buzz, an international buzz, a foreign buzz, or whatever. He has no buzz. He has no money. Why isn't this woman getting her fucking melon cracked for not being smart? Because when you go to court, when you fucking go to court, they sit up there and they do crooked shit just to see if you know the law. If you don't know 20 days is 1 jail month and 4 months of jail time is equivalent to 6 months of jail time, they are going to make you stay for the whole 180 days if you don't say anything. If you do not know, you can write a letter to the court after pleading guilty to something you didn't do. You can write a letter to the court, file a 440 motion against everybody in the courtroom, and have your whole case looked over and reversed. They'll never tell you. If you go pro se to represent yourself, knowing damn well you didn't commit a crime, but you don't have a law degree to satisfy the judge, even though you told the truth, they still gonna penalize you because you don't have a law degree or a certificate, any type of certification on practicing law and graduating from law. So it does not matter how fucking correct or right you were, they still gonna bust you in the head with the book. They gonna throw the book at you. So this woman that just got her ass whooped couldn't have trouble take her to a fucking Airbnb or to a fucking hotel, to her friend's house, to her mother's house, go out this state. He got all that fucking money. She couldn't go out this state. They couldn't go to a trip, a vacation, or nothing. They gotta go to that nigga's house that he just punched you in your face. They gotta go to his residence and lay in his fucking bed, right? Mental health. So now he's a mental health patient because his heart was broken. You can live with your heart brain dead. It's called being a fucking vegetable. But you cannot live if your heart is deceased and gone. The heart is the strongest muscle in the fucking body. What is the brain? This stupid bitch, did she use her brain? So she kills 2 birds with 1 stone. And so does he. Because he couldn't take the fact that his woman was sleeping with somebody that was financially successful and better off than him. So if I can't have you, nobody can. Especially this nigga. And kills him. And she feels the same way because he got a better fucking main chick, a white attorney who's making 6 figures a year dealing with celebrities. So she figures, you're fucking me, I'm getting you killed too, and that white woman, because we all black now, that white woman cannot have you. But you have something called mental health issues. Get the fuck out of here. Every mental health patient know exactly what the fuck they doing. You want to know why? Because they already are at one with having and admitting they have mental health issues. So you knew what the fuck you was doing. But yet and still, Mr. Jones is on his way to the psych ward or the jail. The rapper Trouble, there's no more trouble. He's on his way to the fucking freezer. And the fucking girl is on her way to getting fucked by somebody else. And the situation is gonna play out the same way if it goes down the same way if she finds a nigga just like Mr. Jones. So now what we have here, we have women who purposely fall for the white man's trap to exterminate colored skin. Your procreations. Me, honestly and truthfully, with an angle that I have on society right now, why should I let any of y'all motherfuckers live? Me personally, Julian Lamar Peterson. Why should I let y'all live? If I got a chance for treason to backstab the shit out of America, for everybody subconscious in me my whole fucking life, because my father's a dumbass and he can't catch on to the mental game of the subconscious, why shouldn't I pull a lever and get everybody fucking electrocuted over here? Treason. Charge me then. You let these fucking bitches do whatever they want. And then you have the other angle of fucking girls. The girls that don't want to have kids. She just wants a 9 to 5 so she can live her fucking life. Bitch, you was made to procreate so your children can become adults so we can carry out society and life could go on. If you do not want to carry out that deed and that deed of life, you don't deserve to live. That's to all you feminists and everybody in your fucking community, right? That get the back from the females that think it's cute to be gay. And then you got your big brutes, your security, also known as the fucking Bloods. That's also the fucking community of America. Still putting blood on the outside of your right leg, which is known in the first religion as Shiva. And in Puja, you throw any body fluids on this statue, it is considered sickness, haram, and homosexuality. America, you're fucked. America, go to hell. And that's coming from me, a Native American, not a Jamaican, not a fucking Chinese, not a fucking Hispanic, right? It's just coming from somebody who I came from this fucking soil. My skin color is the same as the fucking dirt. Is the same as the fucking clay out here. Not none of these other races. That's why my spirit matches this land. Everybody, you're a visitor in my fucking land. That's why you can't have your fucking way with me. You deserve to die. And I'm killing you, America. This is the end time. Fuck your little bastard kids. What you think, the world was gonna come to the end and it was gonna be no kids alive? No babies? No innocent born babies alive? When finally the world is destroyed? You think it was gonna be no kids? We always gonna be teenagers and adults and old ass people and then the fucking world was gonna die? Your fucking kids deserve to die now. All they're gonna do is grow up and be just like this bitch. That's all what's gonna happen. They're gonna grow up and be just like this fucking female. They're gonna grow up and be just like Mr. fucking Jones. They're gonna grow up and be just like the fucking attorney. The white bitch. That backdoored my little cousin. They're gonna grow up and want to be a rapper just like Trouble and get his fucking chest blown the fuck off for fucking another man's bitch. And he knew exactly what the fuck he was doing. Notice there's no pictures of this bitch, right? It's just sex. Ladies and gentlemen of America, once again, this is coming from me, a true Native American. A true Indian. If that's what you want to fucking call me. A fucking Indian. This is coming from me. I can't wait till each and every one of you motherfuckers die. I can't wait. I know I die with society. Ain't nobody fucking killed me yet. As much as I went through. Being sacrificed for this fucking cracker. We don't even know if white people was from this planet or not. Aliens is fucking gas. And so is UFOs. So for everybody that was colored and all the fucking countries was together before it broke apart, before Pathagena, yes, I am a colonized Indian of Virginia. In Jamaica, you are my people, right? So what better person that can lay you the fuck down but me? Cause you escaped when you got away, when your fucking land broke apart from fucking Jamaica, you had a curse, and then the white man went to your land and he blinded y'all and taught y'all culture. You motherfucking Jamaicans sound like black fucking Irish people. You sound like black leprechauns. And for the story for the Hispanics, the true Spanish people were fucking giants. They came here to the same land on the East Coast and on the West Coast with the white man. The color of the white man and the color of the Hispanics, they're cousins. Because black and blue, they come together. They separate from each other in certain type of heats. That's where you get colors from. So the Spanish people came over here tall with orange and blonde hair, looking like the white man, and they took the Teneo Indian woman. The Teneo Indian woman, the Spanish woman, right? The one that everybody loved, the little yellow bitch. She went and had sex with the tall giant and backstabbed her own fucking clan, her own tribe. You ever seen a Native American Alaskan and wonder why he looks Chinese? You want to know that? Why he looks fucking Asian? It's because they were over here also. The Asians weren't always over there. They migrated after the war, after a slaughtering. They were over here. That's why we all fucking look alike. And then they went and traveled thousands and thousands and thousands of miles away, and they migrated. It's called migration. That's why the people in Alaska, frozen redskins, they look like redskins. They're my color, right? When I get into summer, and they look Asian. You see their hair, right? We're called the Negroes. They're the other kind. That's why they look like us. Because they migrated. This is the land of the Asians also. Japanese, Korean, Chinese. This is their land, you fucking idiots. Just like it's mine. We was divided north, south, east, and west. They were on the west coast. Us Indians that are dark skinned was on the east coast. That's why the name Aberranian. We were near the water. We weren't near the equator all the time. It's hotter on the west coast. Your skin color, clay, dirt, red fire. Don't you notice that an Asian baby always comes out looking Asian, no matter who she has a baby with or who he has a baby with? Don't you see that a man with blue eyes can have sex and a baby with a black woman and the fucking baby could come out with blue eyes and white? That's because there's no such thing as race. It's color. If the world was white and black, if we was all colorblind, how would the world be? Would it be as bad as racism as it exists? You fucking idiots. So subconsciously, our women are listening to the black man. No, we're listening to the white woman. We're obeying the white woman because she's protecting the white man. So America, if you still haven't found out that these white motherfuckers might not be from planet Earth, you need to die. So it's me. I'm gonna bring you to your fucking casket, make you look into the shit, make you get into it for subconscious in me my whole life when I'm trying to just live my fucking life, and I'm gonna close that shit on y'all. Good night.